Okay, hello, welcome to Mindhunters. Right, okay, so this is inspired by a boot sale find recently. And again, you go to boot sales these days and people are like, you never know. They'll be like, oh, 4 for £1 or £3 each, mate. It differs. You know, because like scratching people's DVDs, you kind of like the obvious trends. Now, if you're a collector like myself, probably the worst angle I could have picked for the collection of shit I keep. You just never know. Other people's shit is other people's treasure. And there is a few DVDs out there that are ultra rare, like Fortress. Not Christopher Lambert, we're talking about the Kids Defend the Camp. It's been released in the UK. Pump Up the Volume, there's a rare one. So you just never know. Without malice, it's out there somewhere. Again, these films, you know, have very limited batches, like Bloodsport and stuff like that. Now, I have 2 copies of the following film. I actually now technically have 3. I had 2 copies because I lent it out to a guy called John Brunton. Hello, hope you enjoy this video. Because me and John have a shared passion of being a fan of Christian Slater's films. Now, Christian Slater made a film called Mindhunters in the early 2000s, and it was one of those that came along for rental only. And I think rental only DVDs, VHS. You want a rental only VHS? What we got here? Young Guns 2. Also starring Christian Slater. Awesome artwork. Anyway, there's the young ones. Mindhunters came out rental copy, and if you're a collector, I mean, it comes in a nice red disc. Now, I do believe I have a proper disc, but again, I've got so many DVDs in the loft. I need to get around to it and pick it up. It's be the one of John that got sent back to me because he moved to London. In it, it's got a note in. Anyway, back to this film. So there we go. Now, as a collector and as I once wanted to be a director and didn't really pay attention to light and photography, look, shine, shine, like a star. Anyway, stuff the drug steam. Anyway, Mindhunters came along, and this film is a really good film, and it is directed by Rennie Howland, who obviously directed Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger, Deep Blue Sea, and this went right under the radar. Now, Deep Blue Sea, I think, you know, it's a modern Jaws, you know what I mean? It's the mechanics in the sharks and stuff like that. It isn't super CGI. I mean, when they use CGI, it hasn't aged totally well. And then everyone remembers the Thomas Jane turning around and the shark and like used on the album cover and stuff. Not in the film. But again, it's like Rennie Howland is a really good director, and he has fizzled away the last couple of years. But this is a stellar cast now. James Todd Smith, also known as LL Cool J, who was in Deep Blue Sea. Johnny Lee Miller, Catherine Morris, with Val Kilmer and Christian Slater. Now, when I look at artwork in this, in a video shop at that era, yes, maybes. And there is other few famous people in here. Now, the guy who changed his name, who was once called Clifton Collins Jr., because he used to be called Gomez, didn't he? He was in the original Fortress of Christopher Lambert. Saying that, that's not the original Fortress. The Fortress I was talking about is the original Fortress, because that was before Fortress. And well before Bruce Willis was in Fortress. See, this is a random throwaway video. But we're talking about Mindhunters. Now, this is a really good film. Now, if I was going to do a top 10 Christian Slater films, it would differ between in the top 10 in an honourable mention. I can see loads of Christian Slater films in the background there. There's a shelf of Christian Slater movies. Broken Arrow, Hard Rain, Legend of Billie Jean, Sophia, Dante's Cadillac, A Bullet to the Head, Hot Tub Time Machine 2, Sacrifice, Wind Talkers, Tales from the Dark Side, Pump Up the Volume, Very Bad Things, The Life and Times of Jimmy Holiday, that's the one, Billie Holiday, whatever, Hollywood, that's the one, The Deal, Love Lies Beneath, The Contender, Murder in the First. This is just the first shelf. There's a shelf behind it, but I'm not going that way. Beyond the Stars, Star Trek 4, 5, Undiscovered Country, that one. The Good Shepherd, Using the Shepherd. Untamed Heart, really good film. Without Men, really bad film. Cameras in the Way. Hard Cash, Austin Powers, Gleaming in the Cube, Alone in the Dark, El Gringo, My Own Worst Enemy, Heathers, another copy of Heathers, He Was a Quiet Man, Soldier of Fortune, Hattonfield and McCoy's, Basil, The Wife, Zoolander, Robin Hood, and King Cobra. And there's more behind that. So again, you would take all of them and go, let's be in there. Now it is and Christian Slater and Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer and Christian Slater work together in a movie called Hard Cash and as well as True Romance. But again, you go here and we're talking about artwork. Now, doesn't say from the director of Cliffhanger or Deep Blue Sea, which is something I would have definitely put on a rental copy, that's for sure. Now they'll come really, really closer here. You know, LL Cool J, that's definitely Catherine Morris. LL Cool J, Christian Slater, Val Kilmer, and this dude in the middle. Proper spoiler. Sorry, jump cut. Right. There's a jump cut for a reason, because again, I'm trying to say, watch this movie, because this kind of goes, maybe check this movie out. But again, in the UK, they didn't think about this. Johnny Lee Miller is missing from the artwork, but his name's second build. Johnny Lee Miller, Trainspotting, Elementary hadn't started at this point. Hackers, Johnny Lee Miller is a UK name, so Johnny Lee Miller should be on the artwork, even if he's there. So again, I think it's an absolute bonk, and I think having from the director of Cliffhanger and from the director of Deep Blue Sea, after the Deep Blue Sea, I think having that not on there, poop. Now again, if you haven't seen the movie, the FBI agents all go to this island, and then there's a bit of a twist and turn and a seven, and it's all like booby traps and it's all like psychology of the mind, and you kind of go, yeah, whoever came up with this it's about profiling people, and it's all twists and turns. Again, director of Die Hard 2, director of one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. It's really good. It's really good. So you want your gore, you're getting your gore. You want your suspense, you're getting your suspense. You want a really good score, and if you want a really good commentary, on there as well. He always does a very good commentary. I think Mindhunters has even had it's just a podcast as well. So again, check it out, right? Now, there's a reason why I've waffled on, and I would love to have me other copy, but again, I do have me other copy. And if you want to talk about, let's buy a film, let's watch tonight. Apparently that's the same film. That is probably one of the most effort of a bootleg. Now, that's clearly LL Cool J from SWAT. That is LL Cool J's face on someone else's body. You can clearly see that because there's definitely a different skin tone. Christian Slater's head is on a different body as well. He is completely looking the other way to his complexion on there. How many 4-3s can say they've helped save the world twice? The film, 7 people go to an island to apparently work on a place where they can, like, you know, it's a testing facility, it's a training thing, it's done like a deserted town, it's got all like, you know, tackleberries going around shooting the pop-ups and stuff like that. It's made for, you know, like, you know, training. It's isolated on an island. There's a serial killer who's got a grudge against somebody you don't know. What the fuck has that got to do with saving the world? Mindhunters, action and adventures. There's no, well, I suppose to get to the island by a helicopter, but there's no desert storm. There's a random guy falling from a helicopter. Again, how many covers? Hiding inside a group of 8 for 7 elite profilers. So this one's added an extra profiler. Learning the hunt of serial killers, attempting to hunt them. Did I fucking just kick my dyslexia railing? Learning to hunt serial killers is a serial killer attempting to hunt them. Learning to hunt serial killers is a serial killer attempting to hunt them. Alright, whatever. As one by one, agents begin to disappear, none of them can be trusted. Each one is under suspicion and they are in mortal danger until, at the other end of the box, the ultimate test of crime-solving skills, they uncover the mysterious predator lurking in the mists. Starring Val Kilmer, LL Cool J, Christian Slater, Ellen Bailey, Will Kemp, Johnny Lee Miller, right way down here, Clifton's Jr., Catherine Morris, Pakika Wawe's Studio Dimensions. What fucking hell? There's no space between her surname and Studio Dimensions. Film director Rennie Howler. Now this has got to be a bootleg. It's even got the director commentary on though. And again the same disc, but wow. Just wow. That is so bad. And like, it genuinely feels like a genuine release DVD. Didn't pay much attention to them. Hang on, it's going to take us. I didn't pay much attention to the back of the box. We're on about swapping fucking heads. Okay, so in the back of the box, you got scenes from the movie. No. Oh wait, test your film knowledge here. Dun dun dun. Obviously that's LL Cool J. That is definitely Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's body from the front cover of Welcome to the Jungle, also known as The Rundown. Wow. I mean, I think that's definitely LL Cool J from SWAT. Fuck me. That is so funny. Wow. I do have Welcome to the Jungle or The Rundown, but you need to get like the DVD artwork over here is really bad of that, but fuck, seeing the outtakes. Here's a random outtake. I found this recently. A double pack. Drew Barrymore, Gun Crazy, Hard Cash, which is not a bad movie. I think it was just complete misfire. Christian Slater, Val Kilmer, Daryl Hannah, Mini-Me's in it. There's quite a big cast in it. You do see it if you're in shops and that. It has been like released. I think it's even on VHS, but it has been released as like a proper movie. I was just looking on the shelf. This imaginary shelf of Christian Slater movies, but anyway, I just picked it up there and says, you know, like, this has been chucked out by Hollywood DVD, and it's one of them discs where you got to turn over. You know what I mean? Crazy. But again, DVDs, you know what I mean? Buying up products and throwing stuff out there, and you know, got all these other films you may not see. I mean, Black Moon Rising's there. Obviously, the lost gem of John Carpenter. But yeah. God. I wish I had Welcome to the Jungle handy again. You know it.